Now we thought at the start of day, what day?
15.
What?
15.
15. We thought at the start of day 15, while we're heading towards Musgrove Island, we've got another 8 hours just plain sailing here, nice sailing. But we thought in lieu of just showing you what we're doing, we might play the extended conversation we had. You've seen a bit of it. It goes for about a quarter of an hour while we're doing this, and some of the comments people have made, and you might be interested in that. If you're not, you'll just fast forward it or not even watch it at all, but it gives a bit of an explanation about why we're doing this and who we are and what we think about various things going on the planet.
What are you wearing?
What?
What are you wearing?
What? I'm actually sitting in my underwear. But I didn't know you were going to show my underwear, or else I wouldn't have been wearing it. Why are you showing my underwear? You vaguely, go on, have a good look at it. There's my underwear. Yeah, that's it. If you like me to get it out, just... Yeah. Anyhow, we'll show you what our extended conversation was, and you might notice, don't write in, or you can. Sue had a hand over her face most of the time. She kept pointing at things and put her hand right over the lens. So if you think she was embarrassed about being on covering her face up, that might be the reason, but you can't see her. Right, we've rejigged the camera. It's up on its little stand here now. Now we thought we might just now. We're not stroking ourselves, but we've had... that's interesting. Sue's listening to another phone message while I'm trying to do this. Are you finished? Who was that? You're still doing it? Yeah. Well, now that I've got your undivided attention. Now we thought we would we've had literally hundreds of thousands. We've had people all over the world, and not because it's us, because they don't know who we are, just because they're interested in boating or holidays or mishaps or whatever. So couldn't tell you every country you could possibly name. But anyhow, we get asked a lot of questions about why we're doing this. And Paulie, let me just tell you this: we've had, when I got the can of Campbell's, and incidentally, no one's sponsoring us, so we're not giving shout-outs to anyone. When I got the can of Legos soup, bolognese soup. We had many comments say, get the Campbell's is better. Because I remember getting the can that I'd bought from the supermarket, and I said to Sue, here, open the Legos, and we'll warm it up and put it over the pasta that I cooked. So we haven't given the Legos away, but the Campbell's is, we've found that's pleasant. Not that the Legos isn't, but so we're not worrying about the Legos anymore, either Sue's or the spaghetti sauce. Then they ask us, what else do they ask us? Someone said, very humorous, someone said Suzanne Stanley OAM. That's old age manager. And I quite like that, even though it's a slight against me. I quite liked it, it was good. What else do they ask us?
Oh, how much fuel is and how much is it going to take?
Well, we had to get a new credit card because I showed you the credit card, that we've documented that. Someone, while we're supermarketing, someone said, have you used the Frangers yet? Apparently there was a shot of me looking at some prophylactics, condoms, and they said, have you used them? Well, I have used them. I made gloves out of them, and very, very nice. That's some of them there. So they're right onto that. We did that about would you eat meat if you had to slaughter it yourself. We went through all that. We get asked, why are we doing this, Sue? Why are we going up to far north Queensland on a boat?
Well, it's always been on your bucket list. And
no, don't worry about my bucket list. What about why are you doing it?
Well, it's an experience of a lifetime, isn't it? I mean, what else would you be doing at home? You'd be just sitting there watching TV. So out and about and in far north Queensland, taking a journey up there, and whatever's thrown at us, adventures, it's exciting.
Well, I'm very glad you're coming with me, but I was bit like you, sitting at back in Melbourne, Australia in the winter and thinking, now, where's life headed? I got a bit bemused by life as it's gone on. I thought I got sick of being cautious about what I say because despite what you think, usually think about controversial things I say, and then we get hammered. Not that I can be cancelled for anything, because I've been cancelled once for an opinion or two that I've had, but that's all right. Getting on, you get a bit, I said I'm 80 next year, get a bit cynical and a bit fractious as you get on a bit. I've just learnt that. And you don't suffer fools gladly, although I've suffered plenty of in my time, but don't miss the television at all. Love doing it. Don't miss it at all. Don't take for granted who I am or how lucky I've been or what a great life I've had. Been knocked about a bit on and off the field, but going up to just explore another, as I'm into time on in the last quarter of my existence, thought I'll just go up and see if I can do this boat trip. As I say, really bemused at the way the world is heading, and why we put up with so many things that people ask us to put up with. Don't care what you call yourself or what your opinion is of people and what you want to be, but some of the nonsense that goes on are just seriously done for clickbait, or got up because people are mentally frail about where they're headed and why they're headed and what they're portraying themselves at and how many pronouns you can use and how can you suggest that there's more than two genders and all that nonsense. And we get brainwashed. Oh, well, I don't, but people get brainwashed into accepting it because they're not going to push back on it. A bit like the welcome to country stuff. We're no more. We haven't got a racist bone in my body, but people. Why do we put up with all that stuff? It's just people take an inch and push on, and racism's about hate. We hate. I hate no one, but fair's fair. We're not putting up with all that stuff because it's the races are hijacking the competition, the AFL, and they fall over themselves to be virtuous, and it's not necessary. We are Australians, and we all want to coexist. And why someone welcomes me to a country I was born in and who are younger than me by many, many years to the country I'm in is beyond me. First Nations people, good on you. First Nations people were here in 1900. That's when we became a nation. The previous inhabitants were here before us, and we want to join with them in making this country great and everyone getting on. That's what I say. And
are we back on the comments, or are you just done?
Oh yeah, yeah, no. Sorry about that. I got ahead of steamer. What else? Well, they asked, are we on our honeymoon or have we eloped? Yeah, you found that humorous, did you? Yeah. Your mother and father found that humorous. So
I don't want to be the fifth Mrs. Humorous.
There you are. So just on the off chance that I'd had a sherry or two, or I'd started drinking after 18 years, and had given Jack, John or Jimmy a building, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker or Jim Beam a building, and I said, what do you think about being betrothed? Would you like to be the fifth Mrs. Newman? And that went over like a fly-wire door in a submarine. And then you said, well, how would you like to be the first Mr. Stanley? So at that stage we ceased any theoretical conversation about that, and we're just here as friends, and that's what we are. But I'm very glad you're here because you've led me through some of the most, well, to me, treacherous entrances to ports, and if you hadn't been there saying don't get the boat, we've run it aground twice. We didn't tell you the second time, but because it gets boring, but we've run it aground twice, and we've been over to check the props twice. Apparently, well, there's a little nick, a little bit of cavity, I don't know, but the point is you don't want to check them too hard, because if we check them and find out they're faulty, then what? Then we just put the thing up on a stand and fly home.
But I have learned something about you.
Oh, yeah.
You find that you can't follow directions or follow rules. Even though there's rules there, but you just but that little bit to the left or right means going from 2 meters of water to 0 meters of water really, really quickly.
Yes, well, that's probably, yeah, that's true. Now we have, so people are onto you like a tree full of owls if you do something wrong. We got into the raft, you know, what's it called? The Sirocco, the tender, and didn't have life jackets on. Well, they came out of the woodwork. They said, why are you irresponsible not wearing jackets? Yeah, we should have been wearing a jacket. We'll wear them again. We couldn't stand the flak. What else didn't we?
Kids wore the jackets.
Kids wore the jackets.
The father didn't.
No, the father, Jordan, didn't. He took a nice belting too.
Well, he's just like you. Doesn't follow rules. Must run in the family.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, so that's about where we're up
cooking.
to. The cooking. We've had lots of comments about the cooking, and I've been absolutely excellent at the cooking. It's been
you have excelled, I must agree.
Thanks. And we've got a couple of barbecues on the go. One up in the flybridge, one down in the cruise quarters. Grocery shopping has never been my forte. I eat out a lot. I just staggered at how many things you forget to buy and how many things we run out of, but that's what we're doing. We've got to fill the boat up with water every time. You're going to work out how many showers you can have. I don't know, what else do we do?
And I know there's a lot of women out there that can actually relate to everything that's been going on here, whether they've got a partner or a husband that they've doing with all the just the little antics, whether it be the can opener, whether it be the car in the car with Brian Mannix, the little things, that technology that gets to some of the people who are not that.
Well, how many men or people even signalling as men, you know, pretending they're men, how many people cannot work out how to program a washing, not a washing, a clothes wash, what is it called?
The washing machine.
A washing machine. How many people can't do that?
And the navigations in the car.
The navigation in the car. How many people can't do that? Can't even get it started.
But let me tell you, there's been so many things that never made it to the actual.
No, because when they happen, you don't happen to have a camera in your hand.
What about the egg on there?
Oh yeah, I was cooking Baroness Stanley some eggs down, and it was a little rocky in the boat, but she was up here driving the thing. I thought I'll make her some breakfast, so I broke an egg. I was going to fry some egg. I broke an egg onto the hot plate down in the cruise quarters, and it slid straight off the hot pan, straight off the hot plate onto my toes on the floor. Just slid straight off, and I looked at it. I thought, well, me. Then I had to. Simple thing of boiling an egg. A simple thing of boiling an egg. I went to put my underwear on down in the cabin, and I put one leg through it, and as the boat rocked, I was trying to put my other leg through it. The crutch of the underwear got caught on the door handle, nearly separated the plums from my torso, and I was hanging there. I wasn't going to yell out for someone to, for you to come and get me. I eventually got the underwear off the door handle, and I thought, how can that happen? Have you ever done that at home? Tried to put your underwear on and slung your leg over it and caught them on the door handle when the boat's rocking. It's extraordinary.
What about the vacuum cleaner and the filter's gone?
The filter. We got a little hand vac so that when you dribble, or I do, or freckles. Do I love some freckles? Freckles are those chocolate things. In case you are thinking what you think a freckle is, I know what the other word. Freckle is the thing you eat. So you get a little hundreds and thousands. So I got the vacuum, just scooped it up, and went to dust off the freckles that had been caught in the pan over the side of the boat. And gave it a tap on the napper, and the whole filter dropped out of the bottom of the vacuum, and that's now basking beautifully on some beach where it's floated in from the Pacific. It's just resting on a beach somewhere.
No, it's resting on the chair in the ocean, on the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, that's right, the chair. Well, we're sitting there, and the chair went down the stairs and went straight out the back gate, over the transom, into the drink. So we're short on chairs here by one. But it's going well. It's been some great times. I don't know what else we could say. What else could we say? I mean, people really are asked about what do you think of? I mean, they say you appear to be arrogant and you appear to be cynical and supercilious. Well, I'm not arrogant and I'm not any of those things. I've played, not at all. Played football for 18 years, loved it. Don't like it anymore. Don't watch it because it's nonsense. Umpiring is nonsense.
Find some of those little things really annoy you though, don't they?
Many little things. It's not the big things in life you can handle. It's the little things that tick you off big time. Just how many times do I put things down and can't find them? It's just extraordinary. I don't know. Anyhow, I don't know if we got anywhere. Did we tell you why we're doing this?
Why are you doing it?
Well, I'm doing it, getting away, as I say. We'd sit back there and wonder what life's about. This is a hell of an adventure for me and you, and I'm really glad you came. We were doing nothing. I thought, would you like to have a crack at this?
But you're a lot more relaxed at sea, I find, than what you are at home.
I'm a lot more relaxed at sea until I have to enter a port in the middle of the night and pick your way through the red. I bought some cards. I'll show you this later. I bought some cards. They're not playing cards. They're cards that tell you what you should know. I'll show them to you. It's a bit hard to explain what they are. But there's signs, there's balls and cones that fly upside down and hang the right way up, and that's meant to tell you to miss the cardinal marker on the right or the left, east cardinals, west cardinals, channel markers, lining up beams as you come into port. When you line up one light and when it coincides with its straight angle on the other, there's a hell of a lot to. And if it's blowing a gale and it's dark, it's not easy. Oh, isn't it? Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, no, it's not easy, but you know, that's what we're doing it for. So we're enjoying it. We're enjoying it. I don't know what if you're enjoying it, but you're here. You're a captive audience. You can't get off unless I can drop you off. You can fly home. If we get to Proserpine, you could fly home. I might fly home with you. Just tie the boat up and leave it.
No, it's an adventure. You learn so many things.
What other people? What do they ask us? I can't think of it. I should have written them down. See, that's how unprepared we are. I should have written them down. But there we are. We'll be back with. We haven't started the drone yet. We're going to do the drone, and we're going to put the outboard. You wait till we try and put the outboard motor on the back of the tender. That is. I've never done it before. I've got the manual. I'm going to break it out of its packet. Bought the outboard for the trip. So you would think that'd be relatively easy. Take it out, bolt it onto the back, and off you go. Ooh, I've got a feeling that's not it. But anyhow, we'll button off. I don't know if you found any of that interesting. After you've listened to this for about a minute, you might just go on to the next segment we're doing. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.